Imagine waking up 30 meters below the ocean's surface. It's pitch black, the air is running out, and everyone around you is dead. This isn't a movie. This is the true story of the man who survived 3 days trapped in a shipwreck at the bottom of the Atlantic. His name was Harrison Okene, and what happened to him defied science, logic, and death itself. It was May 26, 2013, the Jascon 4, a tugboat working off the coast of Nigeria, and was stabilizing an oil tanker in rough seas. Harrison was the ship's cook. At 4:30 a.m., he woke up to use the bathroom. That's when the ocean struck. A massive rogue wave slammed into the side of the boat, flipping it completely upside down. Within seconds, water flooded every corridor. Cabins filled like bathtubs. The power went out, and the ship sank fast. Everyone else on board, 12 men, drowned. But Harrison was thrown into a small, sealed cabin, and by a miracle of physics, a pocket of air had formed. He managed to climb onto an overturned metal sink, half his body in the freezing water, half in the air. He had no light, no food, and no way to escape. The only sound was the creaking of the steel hull and the ocean pressing down. He said later, "I was hungry, thirsty, but worse, I was completely alone." For the next 60 hours, Harrison lived in total darkness. He tied himself with a rope so he wouldn't float away if he fell asleep. He recited psalms, prayed, and counted the hours. The water was so cold it slowed his heart. The carbon dioxide in the air was rising. He was slowly suffocating. He could hear fish and something worse bumping into the shipwreck, sharks. At one point, he said, "I thought this was my grave." But 3 days later, a rescue team arrived. They were there to recover bodies, not survivors. Divers moved through the wreck, room by room, finding only corpses. Then, in the dark, one diver's camera captured something impossible. A human hand reached out of the shadows and touched him. They thought it was a corpse, until the hand grabbed back. That was Harrison. He'd been alive for 3 days. At 30 meters deep, in an air pocket the size of a small closet. Experts still struggle to explain it. At that depth, the pressure could have crushed him. The air could have turned toxic. And yet, he survived. The cold water likely slowed his metabolism. The carbon dioxide may have stabilized just enough. And a single air bubble, perfectly sealed, gave him the time he needed. When they brought him up, doctors said his body temperature was dangerously low, but his mind was completely alert. Harrison was hospitalized, treated for shock and decompression, and released after just 2 days. He swore he'd never go near the ocean again, but he said one thing that stayed with him forever. "I called on God and he answered me, in the deepest part of the sea."